Alright, welcome into World 2 for Hardcore Minecraft. Yeah, I had a really unfortunate encounter with a very, very difficult to kill thing. I don't really want to be anywhere near 0, because of that. Because I honestly just think it's just randomly spawns there just because. So we gotta start all over again. Preference is to be as far away from 0 as possible, but with all the amenities. So hopefully we get lucky. Not expecting anything though. It looks like there's a village nearby, which is good. We started in a pumpkin patch biome. Also good, we might be able to get a really good start here. Now you're gonna get a kick out of this. Oh, excuse me. All the denizens in pumpkin villages are pumpkin heads. And it is actually the silliest thing ever. So we can just pull all these things. Definitely want the bookshelf so we can get enchanting right away. And I don't really need to show first time things because we've already done them in the previous thing, as well as we've already done a survival mode run, which I'm still working on to this day. But I did go around and I figured out all the weird generalities with the mods. Like, look at it, it's a pumpkin warden. It's so funny. Getting all these bookshelves in really quick is going to be a lifesaver, because I full on plan to go find the hardest armor that we can possibly get. And for sanity's sake, I'm going to get as much titanium as I can. Slash mithril, whichever decides to show up more. I'm going to make armor out of those two things, enchant the crap out of them, and go from there. So many pumpkin houses. From what? Oh, that's poison ivy. Okay. Caught me off guard for a sec. Interesting that we found a potato in here. So this isn't a very typical village, if it wasn't obvious already. These pumpkins are very, well, they're pumpkins. Pumpkin people. We make a lot of pumpkin pie. Which is a okay food source. One of these beds. I think that's all we need from this village. Okay. Now our big question is, where do we want to set up? Seeing all these things. I do want to be at a spot where I can settle down before I consider building anything substantial, and it would be nice to be in like a plains biome. Or just something really flat where I can work. Where there's also potential for plenty of animals around. What is this? Lead ore? That's interesting. There's some bauxite down there. I didn't know this could spawn at the surface, so that's interesting to know. There's a bunch of slime chunks around. There's also a broken nether portal right over there. This terrain just became a whole lot more interesting. You know, honestly, we could probably set up around here, so I think we'll do just that. In here. We got a gold pickaxe and some iron nuggets. Some sugar cane. Good start. See, I am just like, do I want to set up here or do I not want to? I should probably at least get some things to get me going, yeah? Because there's a lot of ore that I would be very happy to have. Especially the coal for torches. I still really want to build a slime farm, but I'm working on that heavily in my survival world. I was working on it in World 1, but I guess it's just not feasible at the moment. Is there any, like, iron around here? Ow! I literally stopped short and it still put me in the cave. That is an error on my part. on. Let me sleep. That would be really hilarious. As if one of those things that killed me shows up again and does it again. Okay, it doesn't seem like there'd be anything there. I think northeast might be a good way to go. We're just flat out east. I don't think I can be bothered to stand here. This might be a good idea to grab, though. Onyx is like my next step up from stone, so that'll help. There's an orchard over there. I really want to get out of these flower fields. That's where I had my first set of close calls. I'm going to need to get to a spot with a lot of animals relatively quickly. Talking of which. Speaking of which, I don't... words are annoying. I was low-key considering just going into like super stealth mode, just making a glass box somewhere in the sky and just having all my things up with me. I would really like to find some iron right now. The game is going to make it very rare because it doesn't want to help out. Please find a plains biome. That would be nice. Note to self, don't make excessive plans. When it comes to hardcore worlds. Well, that looks green and promising. There's a house over there, so I can get bronze armor again. This is a completely random and different seed as well, by the way. I don't think it would be interesting or fair if I were to just go back into the thing. So let's grab all this. Okay. So that's good. I think I definitely want to make a nature's compass really quick. So I'm going to need some redstone. Oh. bushes. Yellow tree is yellow. So I don't know what triggers that thing that killed me, like, to spawn. I don't want to be in a snow area. So maybe just, like, away from things might be a good idea. Just love not being able to decide. Surface deep slate. Oh, that's right, we can get oil. I forgot Railcraft includes that now, unless if it's... It might be Railcraft. It could also be the Create mod with the add-ons that I have. I just really need a spot, man. I'm going to set up a shelter and then I'm going to end off the episode because I got to get working on other things that I want to do. We have to do another clean start. Plenty of copper. No iron just yet. Trust me, I'm scanning everything right now. Copper. There's some. I just need 3. Doesn't look like the game's gonna be nice. Unless... Nope, never lucky. I just need one more piece, man. Looking biome over there. Let's go for a swim. Looks like there's 2 oil sources to the right. I should honestly see about parking myself next to a village so I don't have to go looking for the villagers, but... Is that over there just glitched? Oh, no, it's rendering in. Gotta love low-res things. Also, how far away is that? I am so sorry for not being able to get places quickly. Probably should have made a boat. Please help. Thank you. interesting sort of spire. Might be interesting to live under, but I think I've got other plans. See, that might be good. I don't believe I just went around in a circle, but sleep here again. 20 minutes. Still got some searching to do. I am just like I can never find a good enough spot. Butterflies. Just definitely don't want that thing to come and kill me again, because it's just going to be another reset. Is this a plains? With bees? Please tell me there's cows somewhere here. Yay. Alright, I think I found our spot. Oh, this is wonderful. Alright, I think we can go ahead and set up. Those ebony or ironwood trees. Ooh, that's a cool thing to look up to. So it might be foxwood. Blue sand. Oh, no, tiger wood. Yeah, tiger wood. That might be. We can get all the lush stuff from there. A little bit of a cave system here. Okay. Yeah, we'll set up right on over here. Plenty of wood types by the look of it. Yeah, right about here. Okay, so of course it's raining. I really hate it when it rains. We're gonna make a waypoint. Call it base. And then we're gonna make sure to put up torches. So that needs to be there. Okay. copper. And I start prep to get my hammer together. That's good. Definitely need to light all this up because I don't want things coming out and jumping me. Yay. Okay. We got some iron. Some more onyx. I'm going to leave the copper for the moment. I will get the olivine. At least some of it, anyway. Amazonite. Looks like there's a substantial cave system here, which is really good. I think first and foremost the goal is get the things like ready to work. Stop lighting that way up because there are creepers and I don't want to deal with any of that. Let me out, please. Now that I'm aware that really bad things come out at night, I need to sleep until I get really beefed up. So we're probably going to need to bail on our caving for a moment. Okay, let's set up the iron to smelt. We have an extra one here. Another problem has arisen. I don't have much wood to work with. So I just gotta wait here until all this smelts, or at least 3 pieces so I can get an axe. Okay. Now we can do this. axe. I missed some wood. I would really prefer it to not be raining. I'm gonna go collecting a bunch of those trees over there. They look interesting enough. There's a jungle over there by the looks of it. Interesting. So this area just became a lot more, like, well-placed. I could really use all the saplings right now. I tell you, it was horrible the way I lost my previous world. I was literally just finishing up building some new stuff for the walls around the perimeter of the area that I was staying at. I go into my house and then I start hearing that my animals are being slaughtered by something. Normal Minecraft mobs don't do that to cows or to chickens. So I get curious of the noise. I come out of my house, and this was a very big mistake. I look off to my pen. There's this giant bestial skeletal figure in there, literally eating my cows and my chickens. It looks at me. It inflicts me with blindness and darkness, just like a warden does. And I'm in my house. It breaks my door in one hit. And this is after it hits me for like 5.5 hearts of damage, while also inflicting poison damage. So take that as you will. I got it down to about 40 hearts of its 150, because apparently it's a boss monster. or a boss sort of monster. And either it spawned a second one of itself when I got it to 40, or it zorked into my base, and it killed me. So that's the story of how I lost that world. Random freak chance from a newer mod that I added to my collection here. What in the world, game? Why would you spawn something like that so close to me? I'm having FPS issues. At least I'm saying that I'm having FPS issues. So what I'm going to do is we're going to stick with very, very simple oak wood for now. I need to reload my chunks. Should help just a little bit. Okay, now we got the iron in hand. What in the world is a pine tree doing over here? Arucaria, why do they drop pine wood? That's weird. Time check. 37 minutes, okay. I need to dig up some stuff. You've already seen me set up a mine in a previous episode, so you know how that goes and how I do that. But what I also do is I go down and I set up 2 mines. One for about layer 10, roughly. And the other is at layer negative 52 or negative 54. I'm still trying to get a read on where the ore called black diamonds are. I'm getting mixed feelings because the ore shows up in here as deep slate and regular. So that tells me that it's either some part in the end where I have never explored before, or it's at a very specific height depth area, which would very much explain why I've never got any of that. So I'm just like, I'm reeling for answers here. Put all the saplings and farm stuff in here. I need to start growing food. I should also make myself a bucket. For the time being, there shall be no plans. No excessive plans, I should say. Because we actually need to get what we need to survive. We also need to do it right. So I'm going to make an infinite source block. So get another thing of water. It's going to be a real trick to AFK anything, because I full on plan on making myself that fishing farm that you saw in my survival series. And that's just for levels, and somehow I already have 23 levels of experience. I have no idea how. I guess olivine is really worth it. As far as like smelting stuff goes. Do I have anything else I need to smelt? It doesn't look like it at the moment. Probably stand to make a hoe. Now that should be close enough to water all of that stuff. Because we need all of this to be growing. There's a zombie villager right under my base area. Okay. So we can make everything look more pretty, I suppose. So it's right here. Well, that's interesting. Yeah, we're just gonna not deal with that right now. Vanilla seeds? Alright. I mean, this is one way to get food. That's really funny. I guess the sounds in this mod haven't been updated recently. Okay. That leaves a few more pieces of cobblestone to finish up this thing. Coal for days, for once. Why is there so much? Gotta get out of here and gotta go. So yeah, door might be a good idea too. You know, I never planted the potato. Okay, how are we looking on time now? 50 minutes. Yeah, that'll do it for this episode of World 2 Part 1 for Hardcore Minecraft. So thanks for watching. Do stay tuned for more, and hopefully I won't die again. Just trying to get set up and whatnot. Off screen, I'm going to probably set up the fish farm, and I'm going to set up the mine, not in any particular order, and then episode 2 will be focusing on maybe nether stuff, depending on what I get out of all this. So, yeah. All said and done, thank you so much for watching, and do stay tuned for more of this. Bye-bye.